But yeah, man, we been here. We 2 months in. Yeah, I see that in there. Hank the Tank, Bay Area Radio, love from the Bay. Thank you, man. Shout out to the Bay Area. Sion Baptiza. Pac, what's up, man? Elisa, Lou Will. Yeah, we tapped in. Tribe tapped in today. Shout out to the 115 tapped in early. Let's get this thing going, man. We got context matters as usual. I did see some goofy going on in the universe I want to laugh at, but not react to because we saved that for third law. But we got regular business as usual as context matters, man. We moving forward because this episode is entitled The Art of Law, man. This episode is entitled The Art of Law because, there is the art of war, I'm mixing third law and art of war together. That's actually cold, though. Art of law. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, this episode is The Art of War, man. I feel like, watching back over the last 2 weeks, I actually... not watching it back, like physically going back and clicking every episode, but just mentally internalizing and like digesting everything that's been going on for the past 14 episodes and for the past 2.5 months. I mean, we into March now. All this shit going on, being able to digest it. I really look like this shit's real life, like strategic. And I didn't even like think of it that way. But when I look at how shit panned out and played out, that I really did play the Art of War. And I haven't even read the book. I haven't even read the book for The Art of War, man. But I've realized that just based off of the overview and the summary that I've gotten from The Art of War, I've realized I played a cold game. Harvey, what's up, man? I appreciate you, man. Give me flack. You feel me? But we always gonna rep my dog no matter what. It's a Me Against the World collection hoodie, man. It's got Me Against the World on the back. I appreciate you though. Yeah, all Sun Tzu edition. So what I wanted to do is, because I'm not 100% hip on The Art of War, I wanted to read over with it because the little overview that I seen seems really relative to some of my approach to things and over the last couple months. And I feel like I played The Art of War. This was actually like, I don't know how this came across me today. Earlier today, I was trying to think of a title, and I seen title for this episode, and I seen something about war. I think it's because like America and China, something about war. And I'm like, damn, I feel like I've been in a war lately, though, Keith. You've been in a war lately. I've taken on a lot of shit emotionally. Nothing physically, because, according to niggas, I don't go outside. But I've taken on shots. Motherfuckers wanted me out the paint. You feel me? So yeah, I just seen the war title, and the war came across me, and I'm just thinking, I know the concept of The Art of War, but I wasn't sure on it. So I titled the episode The Art of War. And I did a few little Googles, you know what I mean, and try to get to the gist of things. Let's go to this one. That's what I'm saying, G to God, but it was all done, like it seems like it was done all strategically for real, but like I low-key, I don't know, maybe it was strategic. I just feel like if you look at the way all that shit panned out, like from my show titles to my song choices to my choices of words to use and analogies and like how it all panned out with everybody is hands up, wave the flag right now. So I just feel like it was an art to the way it panned out. And I'm not here to like bag on it because I never brought this up before. It's just, it crossed my path and it made sense. So let's see what The Art of War means, and y'all tell me if this makes sense to y'all. So pretty much the overview is the main points of The Art of War by Sun Tzu are to use deception, know your enemy, and be flexible.
Context matters.
Deception. Use deception to mislead your enemy. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger for y'all. I should be good on the lag too. I feel like I'm doing okay even with my background. Let's go. Use deception to mislead your enemy. Appear weak to a confident enemy. Make your enemy think you are an easy target. When able to attack, seem unable. So I feel like whether I knew it or not,
Context matters.
whether I knew it or not, I was low-key playing this game. But I'm still touching on it because it's the tail end. You feel me? I think this is the tail end because niggas know better. And they decided that verbally sparring was not their best interest. And everybody wants to become gangsters all of a sudden after being behind a podcast mic for a long time. So once you get people out of their element, and we're going to get to that in the art of war, you won. You know what I'm saying? So W's for that.
Context matters.
But look, so without knowing it, deception was used. It may have looked like that might have been, who I was, but y'all get to see the real me now. You feel me? And we don't have to dive into that, but use deception to mislead your enemy. Appear weak to a confident enemy. Make your enemy think you're an easy target. When able to attack, seem unable. Man, the art of war is really panning out. Yep, thought I was an easy target. Chess, not checkers. Hank the Tank. Bro, y'all on point tonight, man. I think we're going to vibe tonight. Know your enemy. The next piece of art of war is know your enemy, man. Know your opponent's strengths, weaknesses, and capabilities. Know your own strengths, weaknesses, and capabilities. I just went over some strengths. I know I have weaknesses, here and there, here or there. Attacking of my character is one of them. It is a weakness of mine because I become defensive and it may make me react. So I understand my points. Know the terrain and other environmental factors.
Context matters.
That's a big one right there. Gut healing solutions. Yeah, for sure. And we're going to get into that. But look, I like that last one, y'all. Let me highlight this. Know the headline of it is know your enemy. Before acting in the art of war, know your enemy. I'm going to read this book because a lot of this is hit home. Know the terrain and other environmental factors. Listen, man, listen. Y'all should know where I'm going with this. When you're out of bounds, when you are outnumbered, when you are in a situation that if you react a certain way or do something, you're at a disadvantage, you're not supposed to act. You're supposed to know your enemy, know your terrain, and these environmental factors. Nobody, it's like saying you going to war, a literal war, and you out there, you strapped up, you got your big thing, you know what I'm saying? You fully loaded, but it's 15 dudes, 15 enemies around you with the same amount of ammo and the same guns. Are you gonna know your enemy and understand how to move in this situation? You know what I mean? Like you just gonna start bucking and you're gonna lose? That's not an art form of war. It's not a strategic move. So I use that as a brief analogy. Like you gotta know where you are, what you're benefiting from a situation, and disadvantages that could come your way if you react out of bounds. This is the art of war. So everybody who's like crash out, you got marked, you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z. You supposed to do X, Y, and Z. I don't give a fuck. Get off. Nigga, squabble up. Meet me here. Let's do this. That's not in the art of war, y'all. Boston here working overnights. Oh, shout out to all my third shifters. I didn't even think about all my third shift people that be tapping in late at night. I used to work third shift, man. I understand that grind and hustle and the need of entertainment, something to keep you awake. So thank you for tapping in with me on this good Thursday night.
Context matters.
And let's hope I can keep you entertained, my brother. Yes, ma'am. We just, I don't want to talk about that too much, but we just going over the title of the video because I've realized that in completion of this situation, I feel like, because I've seen a lot of white flags go up, metaphorical white flags. So in conclusion of where I think this is going, I just feel like this has been the art of war. So let's just finish up. Know your terrain and environmental factors. Play smart, man. You got to be strategic. I'm just realizing, Scotty, I'm realizing that the way this panned out over the last 2 months, I really did the art of war. I'm all Sun Tzu edition, and I didn't even know it. Be flexible. Be adaptable and adjust strategies to changing circumstances. You know what I mean? You got to adapt. You don't always got to be reactive. Avoid unnecessary conflict and seize unexpected opportunities. Y'all, this right here, I really feel like I didn't read all these before I got on here with y'all. I didn't read all these because I like the organicness that it brings when I can react live. This is tight, man. This is really tight to see. Avoid unnecessary conflict, keyword unnecessary, and seize unexpected opportunities. Take advantage, man. Be prepared to evade a superior enemy. Be prepared to separate united enemy forces. Woo!
Context matters.
Ooh. Attack your enemy where they are unprepared. Ooh.
You are now watching Context Matters.
Oh, shit. Damn. So it's be flexible, know your enemy, and be deceptive. And the last key points on this, and then we going to move on because, ooh-wee is right, man. Ooh-wee is right. The art of war has panned out in front of our face, y'all. And last key points on the art of war before we get into the context as usual. War should be the last resort. I'm assuming they mean physical war because most people don't, back in the day or in this time, weren't looking at verbal going back and forth as war. So war should be a last resort. Why do you want to hurt? Why do you want to feel pain? Why do you want to invoke pain? Why do you want to risk your life and somebody else's life when it's not deliberately meant to be so? Shouldn't have to be that. The purpose of war is peace. Because at the end of war, that is the purpose. We want a resolution. It may not seem like it's a peaceful resolution at the beginning if you're willing to fight for it, but at the end of the day, you want a resolution. You just want some understanding. We just want the people to not be fooled no more. We don't want the people to be fooled no more at the end of this war. We want peace. We want peace. We want understanding. You know what I mean? We want the truth to be the truth and all the facade to just go by the wayside, you know? Only enter battles you know you can win. That's a cold one. Because when you 20v1 in any battle, you gotta be a strong motherfucker to think you gonna win. So, you know, be patient, be deliberate, use strategic planning, take advantage of opportunities as they arise, and know when to strike and when to wait. Dog, if this ain't been the art of war, I don't know what it is.
Context matters.